What up, what up, what up? It's your boy. What's going on, gang? So, Insta, I'm going to do like the first 5 minutes of this on here, and then I'm going to switch over to the Carbon Diet Coach Instagram. So, you guys, Facebook, YouTube, can you guys hear me? You guys there? Oh, I see we've got some. What's up, Zach? Guys, hit me with your nutrition and Carbon Diet Coach questions. Let's go. So, Coach Leo Ketonen asks, what is the best nutrition education? Well, the best nutrition education you can get is a actual like 4-year degree. That's going to make the biggest difference in your overall knowledge. However, I do offer a couple of short courses in nutrition that can be really helpful. So I have a course called The Science of Nutrition, and I also have another course called Training the Physique Athlete. So the Science of Nutrition and Training the Physique Athlete are very much centered around the body composition, right? So we're looking at how to increase muscle mass, how to lose body fat, and that's what they're centered around. And Training the Physique Athlete in particular is about training kind of contest prep athletes or physique competitors. And then the Science of Nutrition is more so for Gen Pop. But as a coach, highly recommend those. If you search Layne Norton Science of Nutrition on Google, you'll find it. Or you can go to the link in the Clean Health Fitness Institute's bio. That's Clean Health Fitness Institute in their bio, and you can find out how to sign up for the course. How well does the app work for people outside the US, UK, Canada, Australia? The app works fine. The coaching portion of the app works no different. People think that you need, for some reason, people think our app is a tracker. Our app is not a tracker. Our app has a tracker as part of the app, but the app is a nutrition coaching app. So just like a nutrition coach, when you sign up for Carbon, you pick your goal, you enter in a bunch of metrics, and Carbon will use those metrics to come up with a customized nutrition plan tailored for you and your individual metabolism and goals. Then every week you will check in with the coach on the app, and it will adjust your nutrition to optimize your body response. Somebody's Amna says the app works great from Pakistan too. Thank you, Pakistan. Appreciate it. So if you hired a nutrition coach, it would cost you 20 times what Carbon costs for a reputable nutrition coach, at least. That nutrition coach would not come with a tracker. Our coach includes a free tracker for you to track your food. Now, it is true that our database is only USA, UK, Canada, and Australia. However, one, you can still use a different tracker. So if you've been using MyFitnessPal or whatever else, you can still continue to use that. If you'd like the data to be entered into the app, all you need to do is go to those little 3 buttons at the end of the day, press quick add in your macros that you consumed, and boom, the data's in the app. And you've got all of it right there, and that will take you literally 15 seconds. And you can use any app you want to track, whatever you prefer. Or the app will still find all your generic foods, eggs, milk, all that kind of stuff. It will just not find foods particular to your particular country, but you can add them as my foods, as custom foods. And I will tell you that we have many people using the app that are in countries where we don't have a database. And they said that basically after a week, almost all their foods are in there as custom foods. And now all they got to do is one click, boom, it's in. So yes, the app works great. But again, it is a nutrition coaching app. You're getting nutrition coaching for $10 a month. Who gives a shit if it comes with a tracker? But it comes with a tracker. Basma says, I just started a reverse diet. It started me off with my maintenance, which has been great. However, I really enjoy eating protein. Because I'm small and currently 123 pounds and 29% body fat, it's only letting me maximize my protein at 120 grams. On a cut, I was allowed up to 136, which is more in line with how I like to eat. I know there's no more biological advantage to having more protein, but I would love if Carbon could let me adjust my protein more. I mean, it's not going to hurt you eating more protein and trading it out for carbohydrate. It's just not going to be any better. And we have to put a limit somewhere. The tracker works amazing. Love the copy and paste feature. Layne, loved your story about your car the other day. Thank you. Okay. Let's see here. Looking for another question. Should I do a nutrition certification or a degree? It depends. How far do you want to take this, and how much do you want your knowledge to expand? Okay. Everybody's looking for, look, nobody wants to do a fucking 4-year degree and have to spend money and 4 years to get that knowledge. But here's the thing. If you really want to be an expert, like, let me put it to you this way. You take a certification, when you look at a house, because people are like, oh, well, I'll never use math in day-to-day life, or I'll never use chemistry or whatever. When you look at a house, what do you see? You see the walls, the bricks, the windows, the doors, the trimmings, all the nice stuff. You know what that house doesn't stand without? It doesn't stand without a foundation. Having a 4-year degree in a really good hard science is like that foundation. Okay? There are just certain things that you aren't going to understand if you haven't had that background in science. Could you be an effective coach? Sure, you could. Will you be an expert? No, you won't. So it just depends on what you want to get out of it. Zach says, I started 9 days ago on Carbon. Started at 378 down to 369 already. Awesome, Zach. I've heard about recomposition is possible for morbidly obese people. Is it something I should be trying to focus on for fat loss? Well, I think it's a great idea, Zach, to really try to build muscle, because maintaining your lean body mass or building lean body mass will help you with, man, my beard's looking gnarly, will help you with overall fat loss. And not just that, it will help you maintain your fat loss once you're finished. So I definitely recommend training hard as you can, and it will help you. Guys, if you're enjoying this, click that like, click those hearts. It helps us get seen by more people. Would really appreciate it. Guys, on Insta, I'm shutting this live down. I'm moving over to Carbon Diet Coach. All you got to do is follow at Carbon Diet Coach. Click on the live. I'll be there. Go check it out. I'll answer more of your questions, I promise. Catch you guys over there. One second, guys. Let's see, pulling up Carbon Diet Coach on Insta. And we going live. Cool. Let's see how many people follow us over. When will Outwork Nutrition launch international? Can't wait to try. I'm not sure. Probably 2021. What's up, Insta? Welcome back. Facebook, YouTube, come on, guys. Give us some hearts. Give us some likes. Help us out. Kaleo Fit. Can we copy full meals onto the next day? Yes, you can. Just when you go to the meal on Carbon, press the 3 little dots, and then you can copy that meal to even the same day or the next day or any day you want. I'm finishing Fat Loss Forever. Awesome. Thank you. Is there a difference in the kind of protein powder you should consume when you're on a weight gain versus fat loss? No. What builds muscle best will maintain muscle best when you're dieting. I recommend high quality protein sources, such as sorry, the air conditioner outside is making a weird sound. Such as whey protein, eggs, beef, chicken, fish. Now, if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, your best bet, if you can find a potato protein isolate, is going to be your best bet. That actually has a very high essential amino acid content as well as a good leucine content. But if you're not vegan or vegetarian, animal sources of protein are where it's at for protein quality. Noah's asking the hard questions. Booze, best practice to indulge occasionally. Yes. So your best bet is to drink occasionally. If I'm going to drink, I try to do it on days. Ideally, I day drink because drinking can negatively impact sleep. And further, I try not to do it the day before I'm going to have a hard training session. I try to do it before an off day. And then obviously I count for the calories. A lot of guys don't know that alcohol itself has calories. They'll be like, I just had a shot of vodka. Why does it have 80 calories? Because there's no carbs and fats. Well, alcohol itself has 7 calories per gram. So listen, even shots can add up really quickly calorie-wise. So you just got to make sure that you're being very mindful of that. Zach says, I'm sorry, I meant, am I chasing a unicorn by looking into recomp in your opinion? Or should I be focused on losing body fat fast but safely? I don't think you're wasting your time, Zach. I think that those two goals are not mutually exclusive. You can focus, yes, morbidly obese people can recomp easier than people who are leaner because of their fat mass. So I think it's fine to focus on that. And even if you're trying to focus on losing fat, you could still probably build some muscle. Great stuff from you. Can I use your app in Denmark in regard to tracking my food? We do not have a Danish database. However, as I've said repeatedly, our app is not a tracker. Our app is a nutrition coach. You can use any other tracker you want. And then you can enter it at the end of the day as a quick ad, or you can enter in custom foods. And within a week of entering custom foods, you will have your database built out, I assure you. It's very, very easy. If you hired a coach, a reputable nutrition coach would run you about 20 times what Carbon Diet Coach does, our app, and they would not come with a food tracker. We have a free food tracker that comes along with our app, but you do not have to use that particular food tracker, but you can, and it's very good. But the nutrition coach alone is worth the $10 a month. It's worth way more than that. Okay. Anybody on this live who uses Carbon Diet Coach, please tell him how easy it is to use, even if you're in a country that doesn't have the database, and tell him how the coach is completely worth it. Or maybe you don't think it is, and that's fine too. But I'd be interested to hear your feedback. Michaela Somas says, Fat Loss Forever book. Is there a paperback copy available or just ebook? There is a paperback copy available, and it's on the same place where you can find the ebook, biolanestore.com. There you guys go. Look at all these people saying how easy it is to use Carbon Diet Coach. You have mentioned at least 4 consecutive compliant check-ins are required to nail down maintenance calories. Do they need to be consecutive? Ideally, yes. But I mean, if you have 4 in total, it's okay, but ideally 4 consecutively. All right, let's look here. Sorry, I'm just looking for a few questions. Okay, no good questions there. Let me see here. I'm sorry, I'm going to mispronounce your name. I apologize in advance. Aotea says, I do track manually on the app, but it doesn't bother me and doesn't take a lot of time at all. Plus, if I make a big meal or use same ingredients, it makes a lot of things super easy. Not a big deal. Thank you. I really appreciate how many guys chimed in and mentioned that that you really feel that way about Carb and Diet Coach. It's awesome. Enter in foods in any measurement you need to, grams, ounce, mils, etc. Yes, every possible way that is listed nutritionally for a particular foodstuff, you can enter it. So if grams are listed, you can enter grams, ounces, mils, all that stuff. From Finland, it took me 4 hours to make my food database. I love the app. Awesome. Gassy gut, instant solution within minutes. No, it's not. I feel like you're a troll. Let's see here. Yeah, that's the other thing. UV brings up a great point. When you scan a food, you can customize the measurements to your liking. If it says 1 cup, you can change it to grams or ounces or whatever you want. Noah says, I get this question a lot. Hardest part for food tracking planning has been my fat budget. The times I've been out of fat but have 30 grams of protein and carbs can be tough to find without fat. So Noah, what I recommend is if you're having trouble hitting your fat, either change your dietary preference to where you have more fat. You have to trade out some carbs for it. Or with your lean sources of protein, eat bigger portions whenever you have them. Can you build the same amount of muscles on maintenance calories as a 300 to 500 calorie surplus? Probably not. Craig, oh, that's getting pinned. Carbon would be a bargain at 2 to 3 times what they charge. It's $10 to try for a month, and I guarantee you'll subscribe for a year without hesitation. Thank you. Yeah, we have a lot of people who they sign up for a month, and then after a couple weeks, they sign up for a year. For a Carb and Diet Coach, can you take the macros you've been given and undulate your calories over the week as long as the weekly average is the correct macros? Yes, you can. So we have what's called a calorie planner, and you can basically go in and set your planner and distribute your calories however you want over different days. And as you adjust, like one day, it will adjust all the other days that are unlocked based on how much you've adjusted, keeping your overall calorie budget the same. Ben says, Portugal user here, best app in the business by far. Awesome. Thank you, Ben. How different will maintenance calories be in a deficit versus no deficit with a coach? I'm not sure I understand your question, Brian. Can you elaborate on that one a little bit? Just up to a year. Awesome. Thank you so much. Love it. Here's a different one. Study tips. Great question. Although not super specific. I am not an education expert, but I can tell you what worked for me. So I have ADHD. Very hard for me to focus on stuff for long periods of time. Very, very difficult. Very difficult. What were we talking about? I'm just kidding. So what I used to do in college, where I felt like I really hit my rhythm, and I did better at every level. So in high school, I was like a 3.4, 3.5 out of 4 GPA. We didn't have any of that fucking weighted bullshit that they have now. So I did AP classes, advanced classes, etc. But I was just under an A average. I think I skirted in right at an A average for my graduation. And then in undergrad, I finished with a 3.6, and then in grad, I finished with a 3.9. And I think that's because I got better and better at studying. So what I used to do in college was I would take notes during the seminar, obviously, during the lecture. I would go home immediately, after like that day. I would recopy down all those notes. Then I would recopy them again before I would start studying. And then when I was ready to start studying for a test, I would recopy them one more time. And by that time, I had just seen it so much that it just kind of stuck in there. And then I would start studying, like actually looking at the pictures in the book and like going over different mechanisms and doing practice quizzes and all that kind of stuff. But I just found that repetition was huge for me. That repetition made a huge difference. But I had to study hard, guys. Like even in high school, like most of my peers, they didn't like. I knew plenty of people who didn't have to study at all. I didn't have to study for like 8 hours for a test, like a chemistry test or something like that. In grad school, in undergrad school, I started studying for tests 2 weeks out because I just knew it would take me longer. But I was the first person in my entire family to ever go to college, and there was no fucking way I was going to fuck it up. So I studied very, very, very hard, and I just decided I was going to do whatever the fuck it took to be successful in college. Dude, you're the man. Will Carbon recommend when to stop a diet? Well, so if you have to set a goal in terms of like what weight you're shooting for, and once you hit that, it will ask you, hey, do you want to switch or do you want to keep going? Also, if your calories get too low, it will prompt you that you should probably reverse or go to maintenance. Advice help for those who are struggling, currently staying on track. Please subscribe. Please, I subscribe to both Carbon Diet Coach and the Workout Builder. It's hard for me to know because I don't know why you're having trouble staying on track. Like everybody has different reasons, but for most people, it boils down to stress, time management, those sorts of things. I mean, guys, I don't want to sound insensitive. I really don't. I'm probably wired a little bit differently, but part of it is also just I have been a hard worker my entire life because that was implanted in my brain. When I want to go, you can ask my wife. When I decide I'm going to go do something, I just fucking do it. Yeah. So I just do it, and I decide and I commit. It's not about do I feel motivated. I hear so many people go, oh, how do you stay motivated, guys? Here's the fucking you want the secret. You want to know how to stay motivated? I don't worry about motivation. I don't give a fuck about motivation. Motivation is nothing. Motivation is fucking bullshit. All these people out here talking about motivation. Motivation is like the stock market. It's going to go like this. If you think I'm always motivated, you're out of your damned mind. You're out of your mind. So I'm not like talking to you in particular. So what makes the difference? Commitment. You put it in your mind that this is what you are going to do. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter if you had a bad day. This is what I do. This is what I do. So I don't always feel like studying. I don't always feel like filming a video. You guys probably don't always feel like going to work. You guys probably don't always brushing your teeth. You guys probably don't always feel like, do you like get motivated to brush your teeth? Are you like in front of the mirror and you're like, oh, okay. Do you have to get motivated for that? No, it's just what you do because you know that if you don't want your teeth to look like shit, that you need to brush them. You don't require motivation to do that because it's simply a habit. It's something you do. Make this shit like brushing your teeth. It's just something you do, and motivation doesn't have to be a fucking part of it, period. People are like, oh man, you're so dedicated. You go to the gym, you track your calories. No, it's not dedication. That's just what I do, okay? Put it in your mind, this is what you do, period. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter what your motivation is, whatever. Now listen, some days it ain't gonna feel good, all right? I have a saying, it doesn't have to feel good. You just got to fucking do it. Okay? You don't always have to feel good. Stop waiting on that short-term gratification shit. It doesn't have to feel good. You just got to do it. Now, some days you're going to feel motivated, and that's fucking what. Listen, some days I'll get a day where I'm feeling good, I'm feeling motivated. Fuck yeah, I'm going to use that. You know what that's like? That's like nitrous in your car, okay? You don't want to rely on nitrous to take you a long way. But for a short sprint, it can make you go a lot faster, okay? But what do you need to go a long way? You need gas, okay? Gasoline is your commitment. Commit to the process. Decide it's what you do. If you get a bit of nitrous every once in a while, great. But motivation, I promise you, people who have accomplished goals and shit, they didn't get there because of motivation. I was motivated when I got to grad school. 4 years in, fuck motivation. I didn't want to be there anymore. I didn't want to do that shit anymore. It was fucking hard. But I was committed to it. I put it in my mind, this is what I do. And I got it done. And I know you can too. Sorry, that was a little side rant. If you guys like that rant, hit me with some hearts. Hey, I'm sorry, Atoa. I can't pronounce your name. I apologize. I'm using the app in New Zealand. We use a lot of the same ingredients brands as Australia, which helps. So long as you have nutritional info on foods, it's super easy to quick add. With our conversion rate, carbon is $18.99 a month, but I'll be signing up for a year after this month. I'm loving it so far, and I've lost 7 kilograms over the last couple months. Thank you. No, thank you. We really appreciate you trying it. Alyssa says, if I go off my macros for 1 or 2 days, should I try to make up for them the next day or just follow your allowances as normal for the day after? My recommendation is if it was just like a tracking error or you just decided you were hungry and you wanted a little bit more, yeah, it's fine to, go to the calorie planner and make some adjustments and whatnot. But if you had like you were stressed out and emotional and you had a binge or something like that, don't try to make up for it. Just get back on the horse. That's what I would recommend. Brian asked about maintenance versus when dieting. Total daily energy expenditure at maintenance versus 500 calorie deficit. Won't it be lower while dieting? Will it be higher when I go to maintenance after being in a deficit? That still doesn't make sense. Sorry. Yes, your total daily energy expenditure reduces during a diet, but it's not like you just you get in a calorie deficit and all of a sudden, boom, your maintenance tanks. It's it's the most aggressive we've seen is after I think a month of being in a deficit, you might have a reduction in TDEE by 100 or 150 calories, something like that. Sorry guys, I'm kind of a savage when it comes to getting shit done. I'm just not a big fan of excuses. Saw a guy today in the gym. I'm gonna tell you a story real quick. Saw a guy today in the gym. Hey cat, ouch! No, ouch. I'm not coming down hard on you. I've trained consistently for 30 years and been sober for 26 years. That's fucking awesome. But the diet has been awful for a year. But thank you. I held the video in front of me. I won't forget your coaching. Listen, if you've been sober for 26 years, you can apply what you used and that commitment to what you're doing with your nutrition and training. You can do it. I believe in you. I saw a guy in the gym today, and he's working out, and his hand looked a little funny. And I don't try to stare at people or anything like that. But when I got a closer look, he didn't have fingers beyond his knuckles. Okay, this was how far his fingers went. Same thing for his thumb. It was like that. Okay, he's in there getting fucking after it. This dude was in there getting after it. Okay, so I want you guys to think about that when you think about and I've seen videos of dudes with no fucking arms here, just nubs, and they attach devices so they can lift weights and shit. They get after it. Feeling sorry for yourself doesn't do dick. There's a really good quote from a movie called G.I. Jane. It's where the drill sergeant or the instructor says, "I've never seen a wild thing feel sorry for itself. A bird will fall dead, having never felt sorry for itself." What does that mean for you? Hey, listen, I'm not going to say I never feel sorry for myself. Of course, I'm a human being. I have negative, stupid fucking mentality every once in a while. But I don't sit there and feel sorry for myself for a long period of time. You know why? Because it does nothing. It does nothing. Pity gets you fucking nothing. Even if somebody says, "Oh, that's so horrible, that's so terrible," how does that help you? It doesn't help you. The work, guys. The work. The magic is in the work. All right? I have a saying, trust the work. Don't trust the process. Trust the motherfucking work. All right? You got to trust that if you repeatedly put in consistent effort day after day after day, that you will make progress. I always give this example. If I told you I want you to go out and become the best three-point shooter you possibly can be, and I told you you weren't allowed to get any instruction or anything like that, but all you did for 10 years was go out for 3-4 hours a day and shoot three-pointers all day in your spare time. You might, at the end of 10 years, you probably won't be in the NBA, but I guarantee you'd be fucking good at shooting three-pointers. Because it is consistency of work that makes the difference. Not biohacks, not fat burners, not 5 quick tricks, not all this other fucking bullshit that people are trying to sell you. It is the work. The magic you are looking for is in the work you are trying to fucking avoid. Do the work. Love the app, bought a month and a weekend, signed up for the year. Sign up for my next meet in January at a lower class. Awesome. Good luck to you. Let's see here. Oh, I just saw Alex Rodriguez message me. Let me see here. I'll answer this one. Layne, what did you prefer doing? Physique competition or powerlifting competition? You know, I enjoy both. I think bodybuilding is more forgiving because you can pick a bunch of different exercises and still create muscle hypertrophy. Strength training is less forgiving because I can't do a power. I can, but I'm never going to get as strong as I possibly can without doing the main lifts, and the main lifts can beat you up pretty good. But I got to tell you, I've won 2 national championships. I finished second at Worlds in powerlifting. I set a squat world record back in 2015. It's been broken since then. And I've won a pro bodybuilding show as well. There is nothing I've ever felt that's quite like hitting a big lift at a big meet on that stage. And I think it's because you know instantly whether or not you did it or how you did it, because it's just you versus the weight. There's very little subjectivity. Whereas bodybuilding, it's like you could do everything right, but then it's like, oh, like I think I like this guy's physique a little better than yours. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I mean, it's the nature of the sport, but I probably like powerlifting competition better. It feels more athletic. But I still love bodybuilding and probably will do it again. Zach says, I know about you guys, but that rant is what I needed to hear. Oh, I don't know about you guys, but that rant's what I needed to hear. Well, I mean, I try to, I probably come across as kind of like a really judgmental, like hard-nosed, whatever. I'm actually like a really empathetic person. I get everybody's got trauma, and some more than others, right? But no matter what you're dealing with or what happened in your life, somebody came from worse and did better. And because of that knowledge, there are no excuses. There are people with horrible childhoods who have found a way. People who are abused, raped, all kinds of just awful, awful, awful things, who find a way to go out and be successful with what they want to do. I'm not saying it's easy. Not saying it's easy. It's very hard, but it is possible. Okay, there's a story that Les Brown, who's my favorite motivational speaker, likes to tell. He tells the story of Roger Bannister. Roger Bannister is the first man to ever break a 4-minute mile. Now, before Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile, it was thought to be impossible. A lot of doctors said that the human body actually couldn't possibly do it. Roger Bannister broke the 4-minute mile. Since he has done that, over 10,000 people have run under a 4-minute mile, including high school kids. What changed? Did human physiology change overnight? No. What happened was they got on the starting line knowing it was possible. That is the difference. So it is possible for you to get to your goals. Again, I'm not saying it's easy. It's not easy, but it is possible. Okay, sorry. I'm done with my fucking, like, I just get a little jacked up because I think that most people get so caught up in the minutia and the X's and O's and how much protein do I have at this meal and what about brown rice versus white rice? When in reality, they just don't fucking do the work. They just don't do the work. Like, if you just do the work, fucking, you'd be amazed what happens. Like, people ask me all the time, Layne, how do these pro bodybuilders, they do these bro routines and they get huge? Yeah, they also train fucking hard for 20 years of their life. You can't science your way out of hard fucking training. Alyssa says, I noticed Holly is switching to maintenance for a couple days this week. Can you swap between deficit and maintenance based on events? Sure, you can. Absolutely. She just decided that she wanted a short maintenance period so she could enjoy her friend coming into town. That's totally fine. Nikki says, I suffer really badly with bloating and I can't get to the bottom of it. I feel like cars mess me up, but I know I need them. Any thoughts? Okay, so side rant, first of all, I've never, ever met a woman who said that she did not suffer from bloating. Sorry, it's just my anecdotal observation. Now, that being said, if you are truly suffering with really bad bloating, you want to look into food allergies and FODMAPs. But I would recommend seeing a gastroenterologist. Okay, you need to go see a specialist. If it's really that painful and bad, go see a gastroenterologist, and they can run a battery of tests, and it should be able to help you get to the bottom of your problem. Look at this fucking guy. Hey, Chatterbox, reverse diet and bulk, what's the difference? Sincerely, your paying customer. What a fucking smartass. So the difference between a reverse diet and a bulk, it's in the nuances, but basically, at least in Carbon Diet Coach, with a muscle gain or bulk, you have an expected amount of weight gain. So you're targeting a certain amount of weight gain. With a reverse diet, you have an allowable amount of weight gain, and that just changes how the math works on the back end. But yeah, I mean, you can build muscle on a reverse diet. You can also improve your metabolic rate on a muscle gain. What I would say is that if your primary goal is to gain muscle, do a muscle gain phase. If your primary goal is to limit body fat gain while increasing your calories, do a reverse diet. You're welcome, Nikki. Hormones, I doubt it. I doubt it's hormones. By the way, not against you, Nikki. I'm going to do a rant on hormones right now. People do this all the time. Not you. Just made me think of something else. Well, but my hormones are messed up. Or I heard calories in, calories out is bullshit because hormones. Okay, first off, what fucking hormones are we talking about? All right? Anybody? Like, whenever these people talk about hormones, it's always like a nebulous fucking term. And I'm not talking about you, Nikki. I'm talking about people who propagate this bullshit and hold themselves up as experts. Okay, when people say this shit, okay, which hormones? Okay, how would they cause that? Okay, what evidence have you had it measured? What evidence do you have that hormone is doing that based on whatever dietary thing you're having? Okay, I have people all the time, all my hormones are messed up. Have you measured them? No. Okay, well, how the fuck you know they're messed up? Sorry, man, I'm done. Bicep vein looking juicy. The Jacked Cookie Monster. How long did it take you to recover from your injury? Currently dealing with 2 herniated discs. Me too. Getting better slowly, but really want to get back to the platform myself. All right. So you guys want to hear a story about delayed gratification? All right. So I was 2-time national champion in powerlifting, runner-up at the World Championships. I set a squat world record. I was this close to being the best in the world. And then my body started betraying me. Okay. I had multiple herniated discs, bulge discs. I got to the point where I could not stand up for about a 36-hour period. Like my wife had to help me to the bathroom in the middle of the night. That's how bad I was fucked up. Okay. And I had to go 9 months where I didn't touch a barbell and just did really boring rehab shit for hours every day. And I had to do that for 9 months before I could earn the right to get back under a barbell. But eventually I got back under a barbell. And then about a year and a half after the initial injury, I set an all-time PR for my lifts. It is possible. Patience, hard work, consistency. Patience, hard work, consistency. Patience, hard work, consistency. Patience, hard work, consistency. Put it in your mind. That's what you do. Let's see here. Chris says, what's up, Layne? No questions this week as things are going great with Carbon. Just popping in to wish you and the fam a great weekend. Thank you, sir. Thoughts on essential amino acids? Probably superfluous. I used to be a big proponent of BCAAs and EAAs, and now I think it's very superfluous. I don't think you need them. Unless you're somebody who absolutely you train in the morning and you can't train with anything in your stomach. Like it just upset your stomach too much. Then you could take some EAAs before you go train, help you get out of the, that catabolic state. But otherwise, I wouldn't worry about it. Joey says, what's up? Carbon Diet Coach is amazing. Seeing results and the wife is noticing. My wife is noticing too. You know what's funny? Like, my wife is such a savage, guys. She really is. Like I had on a tight workout shirt, like a Nike or Under Armour style shirt today. And like I'm walking through the gym, and I'm feeling pretty good about myself, because I'm pretty lean or whatever. And she looks at me. She's like, hey, babe. I'm like, what's up? And she's like, but how old is that shirt? And I'm like, oh, it's been around a while. She's like, one day you will get a fashion sense. It's like, God damn. Like, here I am thinking I look good, and my wife's over there just ragging on my shirt. Okay. Can you lose fat without much cardio? Yes, you can. Let's see. Oh, sorry, Instagram. Let's see. Let me try and find one of these questions here on Insta. Like that. No question, but I want to say thank you. I'm down 9.3 kilograms after 13 weeks on Carbon. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Awesome. 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 I love hearing that. Let's see what else we got. Can you lose fat without too much cardio? Absolutely. I'm actually doing no purposeful cardio right now on my Shred with Layne. And all I do is I target 10,000 steps per day, which I measure on this. And some days that means that at the end of the day, I've got to do a 30-minute walk. And some days it means that I don't have to do any walk. So I just do it that way. And I think that's a better way of doing things than purposely doing cardio. Lerone says, "Sup, Layne, thanks for the squatting and deadlift advice. This reverse is going so well. When should I stop? How do I know when to stop reversing?" Whenever your calories get to a point where you're feeling really good, and you feel like you're ready to cut, or if you want to keep increasing lean body mass, you can keep going. But the app will also prompt you if you hit like a level where your calories are at a good place to do a fat loss phase, but you don't have to do a fat loss phase. You can keep reversing, keep trying to build muscle. With carbon, can I change goals? So if I want to lose a bit of fat first and then build lean tissue, can I change it on the app? Nikki is definitely not subscribed. Yes, you can do that. Absolutely. You can do it anytime. Thanks to the help of carbon, no more fear around weighing in. Awesome. If you're doing the work and are consistent with hard training and food, how many years does it take to get a good amount of muscle for a woman naturally? How much is a good amount? Right? Well, guys, what I'm going to tell you is it depends on genetics. All right? Here's another. All right, guys, get your heart button ready. Another rant incoming. I have people ask me this question. How much muscle could I build in, X amount of years? How much could I do in this? Hey, if I do this, will I get this? Guys, you have the wrong mentality. There are no guarantees. You have to accept that. You have to be willing to go in and put in the work with zero guarantees, period. Some of you could work your ass off and maybe you'll never get to where you want to get to. But I promise you that you will never get to where you want to get to if you don't work your ass off. But people need this I used to be like this. People need this validation. It's almost like I don't want to put the work in if I can't get what I want. Guys, you never know. This is a Schrodinger's cat situation. How many of you guys know what Schrodinger's cat is? So Schrodinger was a physicist that came up with this theory of Schrodinger's cat, which is basically if you put a cat in the box and leave it for a certain period of time and you come back to the box, when you open the box, the cat will either be dead or alive. But you cannot know if the cat is dead or alive unless you open the box. You will not know if you have the potential to build an impressive physique unless you open the box, unless you put the work in, unless you go hard after it. Don't fucking worry about genetics. People told me when I first got into bodybuilding and powerlifting, I had shit genetics. I had scrawny fucking legs. People used to make fun of me all the time when I posted pictures. And people told me, your squat is shit. It looks terrible. You're never going to be any good at it. Why are you even trying this? 15 years later, I set a world record squat. If I had listened to everyone else, or if I had waited for validation about what I could or couldn't do, I never would have gotten close to it. The only reason I was able to do that was because I opened the box. I said, I'm going to put as much work into this as I possibly can. And if I don't get to my goal, at least I know I tried. And here's the other secret, guys. Secret. The time, don't be intimidated by the time. The time is going to pass no matter what. You might as well put the work in and get what you want. Okay? So who gives a fuck if it takes 10 years? One day you're going to wake up and it'll be 10 years from now. And you can either have done the work or not done the work. I know what I'm going to pick every time. Lerone says, I feel bad for those not using carbon. It's a life changer. It takes out the guesswork. I never felt comfortable. If you can't afford coaching, this is the next best option, hands down. Can't wait to go over my testimony when I compete for the first time. Awesome, Lerone. Really appreciate that, buddy. As a trainer, I love providing carbon as a resource to my clients to take the guesswork out of dieting. Thank you for providing scientifically sound service. I feel confident with promoting. Thank you, Wesley. Really appreciate that. I'm loving the app. Well done. I have a question. When you log in, the app asks if you're compliant. Is this a different metric to your daily logs of macros and calories? So the compliance that you are displayed of, that's the daily average of what you tracked. So it's your week averaged out, everything you've tracked for a week, averaged out over 7 days. All right, guys. Hang on. I've been reverse dieting since mid-July. It's such a mind fuck seeing my weight fluctuate daily, but I'm happy overall my weight is only up 3 pounds. Thank you, Carbon Diet team, for this amazing app. You're welcome. I'm glad it's working well for you. Guys, if you have not subscribed to Carbon Diet Coach, if you're not in our Facebook group, go get in the Carbon Diet Coach Facebook group. It's amazing. Great support, amazing people. Guys, subscribe to the app. You will not be disappointed. I promise. We put everything into this thing. It means the world to us. Yeah, I think you guys are going to love it. Make sure you go follow Carbon Diet Coach on Instagram. Also, if you're interested in the Shred with Layne program, where you can do the same training programming I'm getting, and the same nutrition coaching I'm getting, go check out the link in my bio, Shred with Layne. Guys, love you all. Hope you enjoyed the tough love. I hope you all have a great fucking weekend. Go out and smash whatever obstacles are in front of you. Y'all are badasses. Go get it.